In the year 2028, one Big Mac will equal $1 million. From the Gospel of John McAfee. Bro, just learn to code. The Project Freedom Podcast.
Boom, and greetings from the Gospel of John McAfee. How are you guys doing tonight? I, for one, am doing well and swell. And I'm here tonight to tell you all how employees actually think about returning to the office. So, without any further ado, I'll jump right into it. So, guys, I was a wagee for near a decade of my life. Worked in an office. I have a lot of clients who work in an office, and I have clients who currently work in an office. Clients that have used to work in an office and are now remote. Majority of them are this case. And then also a third subset of clients who were in an office, are remote, and are potentially having to go back into the office. And based off of all three and myself, I believe that I have a pretty solid understanding of how people feel about this. And I would like to say and preface that not everyone, all right, so the 100%, not 100% of people feel this way. However, a majority in the 90 percentile region do not really want to return to the office. And as you can see, Cody Moose and Who's himself says we hate it in stream. Yeah, we could just end it right there. But he's remote, so suck it. Yes, indeed. Yeah, and then all right. So before I get into the opinionated part of it, let me just introduce you guys to some more statistical data of this situation. So, as you guys can see, from good old Bloomberg Wealth, article titled, "Just 3% of white-collar workers want a full office return." So only 3% people, guys, only 3% of these people, 3% want to actually go all the way back in the office for good. All right. Now, why do you guys think that is? And let's see what they say. Most want to keep flexible practices after the Kuf Katana disruption. Survey finds enthusiasm across age groups for remote work. Yeah, and I will say, based off of clients that I work with, that this is not limited to just a certain age group, right? Not so sure about this. I venture to say that most people that I know don't want to have any kind of like flexible, like whatever. But maybe by flexible, you have the option to go in if and when you want to. But in the article, they actually talk about, in the article down under, they talk about people wanting to have like a 3-day a week go in the office and 2 days not. I don't think that's true. But what do I know, right? What do I know? Harry McGuire Jr. says, "How do people new in the field deal with being remote? In IT entry level, you might need some guidance in the start." Well, my friend, the good news is that you have the internet and you can communicate with people at your workplace through the internet, which, if I'm being completely honest with you, dude, if you were in the office, you'd probably be communicating with the same people, even if they were right next to you, through the fucking internet, which when this was happening to me and I was having people, instead of like coming to my desk to do something, they would just message me, which is fine. And I would actually prefer that. I was thinking like, why are we still here? Just to suffer? Or do you not? 3%. Yeah, it is funny, isn't it? Cody says, I got into it remote. It was yeah. And a lot of people will just get into the field remote and be remote the whole time. So that's like the standard for them, right? That is the standard. So what do they say here? Just 3% of white-collar workers want to return to the office 5 days a week. No surprise. Wonder why. According to a poll by management consultancy agency Workplace Associates, which warned employees will quit if bosses force them back full-time. Yep, I know that for a fact. I've had people voice their opinion to me about that. A full 86% of employees want to work from home at least 2 days a week. At least 2 days a week. So, okay, the thing, at least, but I'm venturing to say, guys, I'm venturing to guess that it's more than they want to work from home more than 2 days a week. The consultancy said after surveying nearly 10,000 people around the world across areas including finance, technology, and energy. This article then goes on to say all age groups felt the same way. They added, so like I just said, this isn't, regardless whether you're older or younger, people all feel the same way. Workers reported a preference for commuting into cities on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And this is, this is the part that I don't know if I believe too much. Raising the prospect of empty offices for the rest of the week. Many banks are gearing up for flexible schedulings, blah, 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 blah. Employers have to, here's a quote, employers have to realize that the genie is out of the bottle. Andrew Mawson, managing director of AWA, said in a statement, workers have seen that flexibility can work, and bosses who are not sensitive to their employees' needs will suffer accordingly. Now, big surprise, right? Big surprise. And why do you think that is, guys? I can tell you why I think that is. Like the article said, it works, right? This would be the best way that I can wrap this up and compartmentalize it for you guys, for people who have been remote the entire time, their entire career, or either you're self-employed, because with self-employment you have a sense of freedom, right? Having to have someone work in an office for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, and then when they're no longer forced to do that, they're able to go home and realize, hey, they got the same, if not more work done, and spent less time actually working, which that's a part that a lot of people don't want to admit, that quality doesn't equate to quantity when it comes to work. Mark my fucking words on that. And add on top of that, don't have to commute in a car that you're breaking apart every single day to burn gas that is extremely expensive now, just to sit in traffic for an hour there and in traffic for an hour back. These people are like, that is the equivalent of having someone be put in jail for 10 years, letting them out for 10 years, and then telling them, hey, you just got to, we know you didn't do anything wrong again, but you just got to go back to jail, bro. You just got to come back in. You just come back in. Look, trust us. It makes us feel more comfortable if you just come back in, right? I talked about this on plenty of streams before, but it's just getting more and more prevalent today, because we all know that thing that's in the air, the katana, just magically starting to disappear, right? Now, all of a sudden, employers are expecting people to go back into work, and people are like, And what else do we know, guys? What else do we know? We know that jobs, employers, not employees, jobs, corporations, companies, are at a pinnacle point to where they desperately need people to work for them. Nobody wants to work anymore for various reasons said on multiple streams, but just to recap, fellas, number one, inflation is driving people to the point to where they're saying this crappy wagey salary that I'm getting is not worth me losing my time. My time is valuable. Two, people realizing that they don't need to physically go in somewhere and devote extra time by commuting, et cetera, sitting in front of a computer at a cubicle where even if they finish their work, they have to be forced to pretend like they're working by twiddling their thumbs, and they're just sitting there in misery. And three, perhaps one could even say people having better quality work because they feel less tense, less stressed. They feel better, freer, happier. And many, many, many more reasons, I'm sure, all of which you guys can think of, right? So the cat is out of the bag, and the toothpaste is not going back in the tube. That is a fact. And I think that a lot of these companies are already suffering, having to hire people. And for those companies who are unwilling to continue to facilitate those things, unless we have some huge economical change in the world. I don't see that being alleviated for said companies anytime soon. Harry says, sorry, I have yet to work a real job, so I do not know how things work. No, you're good, dude. Some people at my school say working remote sucks because they will get nothing done. The same people that say that would get nothing done in the office. You'd have to trust me on that. Stupid job posting for remote positions sometimes say jab is required. Mind you, it is a remote job. Yeah. Yeah. The places that are going to be doing that are suffering as well and are going to continue to suffer. But yeah, this is logic. Not even once. Not even once. And you guys got to think too, like back to the jail analogy. Do you really think people are just going to like willingly go back to jail? Because guys, a lot of times, if anybody has been there, because I've been into jobs before that have been like that, and they've been great paying jobs with like a fancy title and you know, star badges and everything. All right, you get a taste of freedom. It's hard to put a dollar number on that. It's hard to put a dollar of value on that, especially now since we all know that the currency that we are paid in is devaluing at an alarming rate. It's hard to it's very hard, guys, to give something to someone and then take it away from them without any necessity behind it. Okay, and that's not even talking about you know, that's not even including all the facts that there actually is benefits from working remote, and like not just for the people and the companies themselves too. And they would stop being old, relentless boomers and just get with times. Just the fact that to give something to somebody and take it away for no good reason is very hard to do, right? You're fighting literal human nature at that point. But with that being said, though, you know, like most jobs nowadays that require you being on a computer, they can and should be, most of them should be remote, right? That's my opinion. There's obviously some jobs that you can't be remote for, right? Like, I don't know, a plumber, an electronic technician, anything that's to do with manual labor, anything that you can think of that requires you to be physically in the presence and physically touch things that you can't do digitally through your computer. Obviously, right? Obviously, those you can't. Like, I can't come, like, somebody can't come and fix my toilet or fix the AC circuits in my house remotely, right? That's not the ones that we're talking about. We're talking about basically all other jobs. Does 1099 work require you to have business insurance? No. No, sir. I depend. I mean, maybe some states might. I highly doubt that, but nope. No, sir. With that being said, though, friends, as you guys know, speaking of IT, since IT was basically one of the main fields, I believe, that this article was discussing, we have the next. Actually, before I say this, let me check the date again. Yeah, today's 21st. Wednesday is the 23rd. All right. So the 23rd, this Wednesday, the next course we have is opening. I'm giving a PSA and going to be unloading in y'all's email inbox, letting you guys know because of all the people that have asked me. This one's going to be 4 weeks, titled Bootcamp X. You guys can see on the screen what you're all going to be able to do in this course. And honestly, it's since because it's 4 weeks, the price, this one's going to be a little bit cheaper than the previous course we had, the blockchain course, because that's honestly a harder course to give. However, because we have so many people now and because I have so little time, and in all honesty, the quality is better because the network has grown. The year pass price going up on Wednesday too. And we're closing enrollment for that. Let me double check my calendar again. The 27th, so Sunday. So friends, if you are interested in learning how to get a job like aforementioned ones earlier on the stream. Check that out, developerdirection.com. And I will indeed see you there. And you guys can come in and see all the people in there that are remote and they're never going to go back to the office, or if they are, they're just going to quit and go get a better job. But I think someone else sent me one more thing, fellas. One more thing. So apparently, guys, Microsoft is going to officially reopen offices on February 28th. And they're giving employees 30 days to adjust to the transition. So, and let's check this out real quick because I don't know how well this is going to end. I actually did not read this one yet, guys. So let's see. All right. So Microsoft to officially reopen its offices February 28th. Employees have 30-day adjustments for the work transition. Microsoft is now preparing to reopen its physical offices amid the declining cases of Katana. After 2 years of closing and reopening its headquarters since the pandemic started, God, I said the P word. The tech giant is now ready to transition into a physical workplace. Employees will have to adjust to the recent changes. Hybrid approach. It's the same year the company decided to postpone return. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so employees have 30-day adjustment to return. While the announcement indicated that workers will return soon to Microsoft Office, it does not mean that not all of them will return to working full-time. The tech titan assured that would still give more flexibility to staff, especially those who want to work from their homes. So they're basically already saying, like, hey, like, don't quit. Please don't quit on us. Please don't quit. We promise we're gonna work with you guys, right? Have I seen Wagey Wojak to Boss video? No, I have not. I have not seen that. According to a separate report from Engage It, Microsoft will give its employees 30 days to adjust to their routes. It'll start on February 28th. Onwards, the decision is also helpful for the part of the management since it helps them retain its workers. Retain its workers. Sounds like lots of companies are having a problem retaining its workers. Who would have thunk it, right? Spark 55 says, hey, hello, Spark 55. But yes, guys, I really think it's kind of common sense, like why nobody wants to do that, why these places are going to have a hard time pulling that off. Like, I mean, shit. If you're a good developer and you work in Silicon Valley and your company doesn't want you to return into doesn't want you to let you stay at home, feel free to hit me up. Slide into the Guava email, josh@guavalabs.io, and I'll consider giving you a job, and you don't have to move or do anything. But yes, guys, once again, Wednesday the 23rd through Sunday the 27th, that is when we're going to have the enrollment open for Bootcamp X. And then also on Wednesday the 23rd, the year pass price is going up slightly. Honestly, it should go up more than small amount. It's going up, but it is going up. So if you actually do want to get the year pass, I would suggest doing it before Wednesday. Although I know people are going to wait till Wednesday anyway, because that's always how it works. And then we're going to be starting that one on the 8th of March, Tuesday. So yes, that is it, friends. Speaking of work, I have to go and do some work right now. If you guys want to return to the office, leave a comment in the video and let me know why you want to return to the office. I'm serious. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say about that. I don't really think there's many people, but hey, if you're out there, let me know. And as always, that is it. And I'm out. See ya.